Hey guys, welcome back for another video. What we're going to be doing today is we'll be looking at our Major League Baseball games we have coming up for Monday, June 2nd. But more importantly, what we're going to be focusing on today is our best bets. We are going to look at my favorite money line of the day, my favorite spread of the day, and my favorite over-under of the day. We have 7 Major League Baseball games in total today, but we're just going to be looking at the best 3 for me personally. First things first, though, make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe. If you have any comments, by all means, drop them below. Do you agree? Disagree? Let me know down in the comments. I will make sure to respond to every single one. If you want to join one of our member teams, look down at the pinned comment below. Click on the link. You can sign up there, and I would definitely appreciate that. We are going over every single game, every single day throughout this entire Major League Baseball season. We have our predictions and best bets video that just came out earlier today. So if you want to look at the breakdown of all of our games today, make sure to check that out. And we also covered the other sports, especially football. Once the football season starts, we will be covering our predictions and best bets for every game, every week for football season as well. So if you're a sports fan, guys, this is the place. Make sure to like and subscribe. But let's not waste any more time. Let's look at these 3 games that stood out to me the most. And when it comes down to my favorite money line game of the day, we're going to look at our very final game today, the 10:10 p.m. game, the 37-22 New York Mets visiting the 36-22 Los Angeles Dodgers. Both of these teams are first place in their divisions. The Mets are first place in the NL East. The Dodgers are first place in the NL West, which might be the deepest division, the most competitive division in baseball. But this is a really good game. This is 2 extremely stacked lineups, 2 really good rosters facing off here. Who's going to have the edge? Right now, the Dodgers, 68.3% chance to win this game. The Mets, a 31.7% chance to win. But the Dodgers are 1.5 run favorites. The over in here is 8.5. LA, they're minus 160. New York is plus 135. The main thing that makes this game stand out to me personally is going to be who is going to be on the mound starting the game for both of these teams. Looking at the Mets, the offense got going finally versus the Rockies this past series. They swept them. They have a talented, extremely loaded offensive roster, but the bats have not really been hitting this season. Right now, Lindor, Soto, Alonso, that's best, if not the best, 1 through 3 in baseball right now. Soto, back-to-back games with home runs, so maybe his bat's starting to get hot, but they also got to get that 4 through 9 going. The Dodgers, one of the most stacked rosters in baseball. Well, the most stacked roster in baseball. Right now, the Mets are averaging 4.4 runs a game, hitting 246, 67 home runs. They're starting to show some more power. 45 steals, but why they have a chance to win here is the ERA. The number 1 team ERA in baseball, number 1 starting rotation, number 1 bullpen, a 2.85 ERA. That is crazy. That gives you a shot to win any game on the road, at home, doesn't matter. The Dodgers right now, the number 1 offense in baseball, 5.9 runs a game, 270. That's the number 1 batting average, 94 home runs. That's right up there with the Yankees. They've been flip-flopping back and forth for first and second place. 38 steals, getting a 4.11 runs per game, which actually isn't bad considering the fact that they have 15 pitchers on the DL and still they continue to find ways to win games. But what stands out to me is our pitching. Paul Blackburn making his first start in a Mets uniform, first innings of this season. But for his career, he's about a 5 ERA guy. That does not instill much confidence in me facing this Dodgers lineup. Even though the Mets have the best bullpen in baseball, they can only do so much if the starting pitcher gives up 6 runs to start the game. He's going up against Dustin May, not the best start of his career right now, 3-4 record, a 4.2 ERA, but for his career, 3.35. We know he will get that number lower, 55.2 innings, 58 strikeouts. Even though the Mets showed some fight there versus the Rockies, that was the Rockies. You don't want to look too much into that. I'm going to go with the Dodgers just outright winning this game. They're going to be my pick for the money line. And now looking at my favorite spread of the day, we're going to be looking at the 7:40 p.m. game, the 39-21 Detroit Tigers, first place in the AL Central, which is also one of the deepest divisions in baseball, right up there with the NL West. They're both competing for best division. They'll be facing off first the 18-41 Chicago White Sox, but I've been very clear, the White Sox are not slouches. Yes, they lost 121 games last season. Yes, they stunk last season. Yes, they only have 18 wins this season. But they're still a very competitive, very scrappy team with a lot of really close losses. The point is they are in these games down to the final inning. Right now, the Tigers, a 62.9% chance to win. The White Sox, a 37.1%. The Tigers are 1.5 run favorites. The over here is 8.5. Detroit, they're minus 210. The White Sox are plus 175. Detroit, this is a stacked offense. They score runs, they have power, and they have a top 5 overall pitching team. Right now, they're averaging 4.9 runs a game, hitting 249, 68 home runs, 21 steals, getting a 3.17 runs per game. This team is talented. And for the White Sox, the big thing holding them back has been their offense so far. Pitching actually hasn't been bad considering the fact that they're having to carry this entire team. Right now, they're averaging 3.4 runs a game, 221 average, 47 home runs, 46 steals, giving up 4.09 runs per game. And looking at that pitching, Jake Flattery for his career, 3.65 ERA so far this season, 3-6 record, a 3.94 ERA, so just a little above his career average. 59.1 innings, 72 strikeouts. He's a strikeout pitcher. He's not putting very many guys on base. He's not flirting with disaster. Then you have Jonathan Canning right now going for the White Sox, 2-6 record. Not a bad ERA though, 4.15. 60.2 innings, 46 strikeouts. He has 18 walks right now, 64 hits, giving up a lot of hits, but not a lot of walks here. I don't want to put guys on base if I'm facing the Tigers. Even though the White Sox are at home, I have Detroit winning this game, but I do think that they will be capable of covering the spread. So I have them covering that -1.5. Now let's take a look at our over-unders. At 6:40 p.m., we have the 9-51 Colorado Rockies. 9 wins your first 2 months, 4.5 wins a month. They're on pace right now for between 136 and 138 losses. That would be a major league record. They're facing off first the 23-34 Miami Marlins. Right now, the Marlins at home, 68.6% chance to win. Colorado, a 31.4. The Marlins, 1.5 run favorites. The over here is 8.5. Miami, they're -190. Colorado is +160. Colorado right now, they can't do anything right. They need some type of foundation, one thing that they're good at, so that they can use that as a building block. They're only averaging 3.1 runs a game. That is bottom 2 in baseball. Hitting .215, 50 home runs, 28 steals, giving up 5.59 runs per game. They've been consistently the worst pitching team in baseball. Now they are the second to worst, but no matter what, they give up just under 6 runs a game. And this is going to be our over-under game, so you kind of see where I'm going with this. And right now, the Marlins, they're averaging 4.1 runs a game. The offense has not been the issue. At least they can score runs. They have some power, some speed. Pitching's been holding them back, though. They're hitting .248, 51 home runs, 46 steals. They're giving up 5.11 runs per game. Right now, when you add these two teams together, they're averaging about 11 runs given up per game between the two teams. So the over-under at 8.5 might seem low, but this is one of those games. Sometimes when you have two awful pitching teams coming together, the game ends up being 2-1. You know, that's just the way that things work. So you got to keep your eye out for that. That is always a possibility. Looking at our pitching matchup, it really doesn't get much better. Germán Marquez going for the Rockies, a 1-7 record, looking for a second win. His ERA, surprisingly enough, is worse than the Rockies team ERA. It's at 7.13. 53 innings, 32 strikeouts. He's given up 68 hits in 53 innings. That's not good numbers right there. He's only given up 4 home runs, though, keeping the ball in the ballpark, but he's not keeping it from being hit. A lot of singles, doubles, triples. People are getting on base. That's the point. Max Meyer right now going for the Marlins, 3-4 record, a 4.53 ERA. 59.2 innings, 63 strikeouts. He's a strikeout pitcher, but you have, no matter what he does, basically starting the game, the Marlins bullpen is also awful. So they could easily give up a lead. They can give up runs. I'm just going off of the statistical probability of two teams that can't pitch, can't hold leads. I'm going to go with this game going with the over. Guys, that's our predictions. That's my 3 favorite best bets personally today. The money line, the spread, the over-under. But make sure to do your research, get a bunch of different sources, put them together, see what makes sense to you, and drop your comment down below. Do you agree, disagree? Let me know in the comments. I will respond. If you want to sign up for one of our member teams, look down at the pinned comment below. In the comments, click on the link. You can sign up there. And of course, thank you for watching.